Trying to rebuild my computer.
Shoot. I got an email from Dave Del Toro yesterday. You guys got one?
No, I might have.
Because well, if I tried to open the attachment, I emailed him. I said, what is this? Because I had been talking to Elaine about moving those, the plants or whatever, the water troughs. And so she said she was going to talk to Dave. And so I thought there was some schedule.
Yeah.
So I tried to open up my email address and I emailed him. He said, my email got hacked. I'm like, shoot, I had my email address. Like, I was just waiting for people to tell me they got some funky attachment.
I don't.
But it
It's in TNA.gov, that's just what.
makes it look like it's a OneDrive, so it asks you for your email address to log in to the OneDrive to open the document, but it fails.
Yeah.
So I can't believe I knew they were gonna.
I was gonna say, I got a minutes to the site, because I would normally just go into my,
So I was gonna say, I got an email from Dave today, but that's in response to an email I sent him, so.
it's maybe what caught me.
Well, I got a phishing call from the health department, so I reported
That's like-
that.
That's weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is like,
We get them at work all the time,
oh, yeah,
but I mean, it's part of their,
but I never got one from the Hopkinton Health. Department.
no, that's
That was
weird.
pretty weird. Well, I guess we have to set up our sidewalk.
Hi, everyone. This is HCAM.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Looks like we're streaming live already. So whenever you'd like to start, we are all ready on our end.
7.
Yeah, we got a couple more minutes but appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
Someone let me there.
No. So suggestions on the agenda, came from Linda and Sean, and Dave. We assume those two will be here soon, but,
James not coming tonight.
James, right.
Oh,
Linda wanted us to talk about the logos, which makes sense. And Dave wanted us to go over all the 11 priority projects, just to make sure, and if no action, then okay. But he said we should do it each meeting. Yep, agree. It's like a-
yeah, I thought we were gonna replace that project update section with more going over that.
That might have been decided, and I just didn't do it. It happens. And then Sean wanted parking at the various sundry parking locations.
I thought he wanted, oh, Sean did.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said, Scott. Okay,
no,
okay.
The other Scott.
right. They all those S boys look alike.
Do you have any updates? Has anyone applied for the position?
I have not heard anything.
Jeez. We should spend a couple minutes talking about candidates and reaching out to them, because it's been a few months now.
Yeah.
Hey, folks.
Hey, Sean, yeah, we were just talking about you, so that I showed up, yeah. Well, we're talking about you or Scott, we
other
weren't
Scott.
sure which it was.
You know how you both love that. So.
Chuck brought you, it's the children's meeting. There we go, I think. There he is. Okay.
Good evening.
All right. It being 7 o'clock and got one. Let's get going.
I just got here. We already get going already?
Oh,
And
don't quit your day job, let's just say.
Linda.
Anyway,
Yes,
Hi. Can you see if HCAM needs to be admitted back in? It looks like we were kicked out on my end into the Zoom call, into the meeting.
There's two Donna Olafsons up here.
Okay. Two, everybody's muted and does not look like I'm unable to mute. We have two options, pin to the screen or remove from call, not unmute.
Maybe. Like I'm muted, I mute myself.
Right,
Donna, can you hear us?
she can't respond because,
Well, she did
Yes.
just
we go.
a minute ago.
I can hear you because I'm also in the meeting as myself, but I'm
Okay.
running a computer for HCAM and it just looks like we were kicked out on one of the screens. So I just wanted to make sure.
We don't see, we
We
see
see-
two Donna Olafsons.
Right. One of them with a capital name and the other with small letters for both first and last name.
Right, and we do have the screen showing of all of us.
Okay, and it looks like it's working. And I'm looking at YouTube and it looks like it's okay. I don't know what I'm looking at on. There's just another screen that's not right, but it looks like it's streaming fine on YouTube. So, okay,
Okay,
I'll look more into it on my end, but thank you.
yep, thanks.
Thank you.
Alrighty, intro, any public comments? On the minutes, did everyone have a chance to receive the minutes? Any comments?
Did anybody read them?
Yeah,
Oh,
motion to approve,
I motion to approve.
second, Ken? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Unanimous and so carries. Any abstentions? I guess I should ask in, all three. Alrighty, moving on, project update. And as we were talking before you two came in, Linda's comment was she thought we were going to move that to what was Dave's suggestion, which is to just go over the priority items or primarily go over those key priority items, or at least make sure that those 11 are part of this discussion on a regular basis. So with that in mind, I mean, did you bring the list of?
I did not bring it, but I did
Okay.
forward the document to Linda.
Yeah, so I've got it in general form too, so. So item number one was Legacy North, which was the path. Looking at the various paths, and that's Ian and Jane.
Yeah, Jane had shared one of the 2022, I think the last proposal that was out there. So we started looking at that. We're actually going to get it next Monday, and weather permitting, we'll start exploring the area a little bit. The proposal, it'll be interesting to see her thoughts, because the proposal really takes the trail to get to Hopkins State Park, but I think it's called Phase 9 or something like that. It was quite a bit east of where there are already existing trails that would take you right to the dam. So I'm wondering if the process might be a little bit easier than we think it might be. I've got my fingers crossed.
I think it may be, Chuck also mapped out on GIS, the section from East Main Street, essentially to Legacy North Road, and basically said the VHB mapping takes it through the existing the detention pond that we're looking to avoid. So he said it's kind of essentially useless. I think it's the summary.
It seems like there's two parts of the project. I mean, there's that extension, and then I think we have to somehow get from the main trail in the woods around that development.
Right.
And not violate, because that's an SUP there to Legacy, right? So we have all of the constraints of that we'll have to figure out. So that seems like the larger.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can plan on a footpath in the short term, and then long term, think about a shared use path.
Yeah. Good.
I think the main thing would be just to allow people to walk through there
Right.
and
Yeah.
provide a safe.
I think you should mark it and figure out how to if they don't already know. But if they, you already can't, right?
Yeah, you
But
just have,
to walk along the grass, so it's a little, it's not
Yeah.
obvious without signage.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, so I think, but the other thing is we want to, on the East Main to Legacy North Road, is we want to sort of reschedule our weekend hike
Mhm.
for that probably sometime relatively soon.
Should we just do that now?
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to do.
Probably no more snow.
Well, that was kind of the key.
A little bit of drying that happened.
yeah.
Well, yeah, except in that having it wet actually, I mean, as long as.
Yeah.
Proper
We'll
footwear.
know, we'll know where.
Um, So. Let's see, this weekend is probably not good.
Well, it's a public meeting, so you need to bank once, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but also it's a little quick for us anyway. So. 28th, 29th, I think that's right before our meeting on the 31st. What do you think?
Okay, with that.
There's a lot of little league stuff going on.
Was that the big little league?
Well, there's field cleanups and stuff like that going on, but I think on the 28th is the field cleanups, but like, so I couldn't do it at the time.
The 29th is Palm Sunday.
Oh, right, Easter is the next week.
Sunday, yeah.
The following.
No, the following weekends.
Right. that's fine. Yeah. So 11th of April? Or 18th? 18th is going to be marathon weekend.
Yeah, good point.
So 11th is Saturday or 12th is Sunday?
11th is a regular Trails Club walk.
It might be. Yes, it is.
Yeah, the cleanup's the 4th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
11th.
Does that matter though? So what?
Well,
I mean, hardly anyone here goes on the Trails Club walks.
Okay.
So what day?
Saturday, the 11th, or we could do Sunday, the 12th. I'm actually not going to be here that weekend. I'll be gone for a week then, so
Either works.
11th at 9.
11th at 9.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Okay,
and this is,
we'll get that posted.
So what about the section from Legacy to the dam? Is that pretty much clear for us to put signs up?
We'll need to access it. So I get in through the trails, through one of the roads there. I think you could also just cross Legacy. And if you go down through phase 4 of the trails, you'll hit the existing trail there.
Okay.
So I think, and again, I haven't walked with anyone who's, knowledgeable about stuff, but I think having Jane take a look at it, we'd have a better assessment of what the amount of work is going to be. I think this needs a way to do it. So.
Okay, I mean, no, last year we just went down that pipeline.
Yeah, I think this is nicer. And the pipeline, among other things, you get covered with ticks. I stay away from that in the summer, like the plague. So this might be better.
Okay.
Yeah, and having a couple of options would be.
Yeah, we can figure that out, right? And the pipeline is further east, so it'd be 2 options that would be physically separated as well.
Yeah.
are we talking between Legacy North and the dam? Is that what we're talking?
Yes.
Yes.
So other than the pipeline, how would you get around the neighborhood?
Well, that's what.
There are existing things in there that I think.
Right out of the-
Yeah, so.
So if it goes down the road, down.
You can either leave through the trails, which is my
Oh,
development,
okay.
closer to 85, or,
Trail side.
right, or you can go Walnut Street, and that first left, if you go down, is it's phase 4 of the trails.
Yeah.
And the trail in the woods was bisected by that, so you can pick it up again.
Okay, well, why don't
Yeah,
you and Jane
we'll report back.
report back for next meeting? Item 2 is Legacy North, the parking area there. Again, we were waiting for the snow to get off and reach out to Elaine and reach out to the Enbright folks to get their approval. Next bit will then be getting the parking in, which will require reaching out to Concom and getting approval from them. So third is Berry Acres, bridge.
What about Loop Road to Chamberlain? Did we miss that?
Nope, it's further down.
Oh, on mine it's different.
Mark's got second place at B.
Wait, can you scroll down on that document? Because I think
Yeah.
you're on the.
Yeah, no, the next one down, it's not this.
Oh, because we're going through this document. I'm sorry. I thought we were going through the agenda.
They're the ones that are numbered, right?
Okay, so we're on
Berry
Berry
Acres.
Acres.
Berry Acres, where are we with that?
Well, there's no more snow. So now,
No, this is good to go, basically.
yeah, actually, I reached out to Chuck and John to see if we can just knock it out next week.
Okay.
You were gonna knock what out? I'm sorry.
Get it done.
Let me rephrase that. I reached out to John Ritz and Chuck Dodgy to see if we could do a midweek workday session and install the bridge.
Okay, because we had talked at Trails Club last week that we were proposing that for the May workday, but it sounds like that's a no now.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, okay,
All right, so I said that we could do the bridge
got it.
as a workday during the midweek.
Okay,
Part of the cleanup work project was also the trail reroute and trail decommission. And so that still needs to be scheduled.
Right.
Okay, so that can be the May. work
That
day.
could be the main work. That needs more.
And that may work out better having the bridge done, because we can be more assured that we can parallel decommissioning
Correct.
and building the thing.
Right, one of the things Right, I was afraid that we would create the trail and not decommission. I'd like to decommission at the same event.
okay.
Put barriers on the existing trail, kind of where the no trespassing signs.
No, that's not even close to what we're talking about.
No, the trail repositioning isn't that towards Terry property? No?
Now, this is over towards
Windsor Apartments.
the apartments, right?
Oh, it's over that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I update column 3 there to say what we're doing?
Yeah.
Private party.
No, it's public.
Is it next week?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't got, Chuck and I may cut the wood on Friday. Andy?
Yeah, Friday I'm working, and I can do Monday or Tuesday next week. I'm finishing up work soon.
Yeah, I'm actually off for a couple of weeks, this week and next week.
Friday,
Next Friday?
2 days from now. We're gonna cut some wood. And then next week, we're gonna install a bridge. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always do. It'd be great.
Okay, so then the April workday,
May
Would
work
be-
day.
oh, I'm sorry, you're right, the May workday would be, May workday would be, no.
And that would be decommissioning and
Mhm.
rerouting
Okay,
Starting from where?
where the bridge is. And the bridge loops around and kind of goes along the creek.
No, the park, Chamberlain or parking lot or off the.
Well, like, I spoke to Windsor Apartments and they said that it might not be a problem for us to park near their water treatment facility that allows better access to the trail.
Okay, well, that would be the easiest place then, right?
Yeah, it's 100 feet from the parking.
Good.
okay.
All right. You set?
Mhm.
4 is the connector to field 11. So I've got I sent I sent all you the invitation to bid and have reached out and have gone back and forth with Dave and with Ratika, who's the procurement person, and she thinks that timing wise, getting something out by the end of April is certainly very doable. So that was good news. I asked her to there were a couple of specific questions I had there. So hopefully she will look at those. In a bid, you're not allowed to as you are in a request for proposal, ask for someone's qualifications and say, okay, you know, give me examples of you doing similar work. Just if they're qualified to do the work, it's just lowest bid wins, which is fine as long as the person's qualified to actually do the work. So I think I've worked away kind of, you know, let me know what your, make sure that the person does have the experience. I don't want somebody who's, you know, on the one end, somebody who low bids it has no idea how much it's actually needing to do it and never done anything like this. And then the other end, somebody who's, you know, a big construction company, hopefully they'll stay away from it anyway, because it's small enough. You know, and they put their bottom level people, just use it as filler. So trying to avoid those and end up with somebody who actually knows what they're doing on these things. As far as the bridge, I've got, again, I sent that estimate around to you. We'll be looking later when we get into the accounting budget, a motion on that one, just to approve going forward and putting a contract in place to get that bridge going and done. That's the update on that.
Just very, okay. Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
Legacy Farm South. That's Ken and Andy kind of looking.
Yeah, we're sort of getting ready. Once it dries out, we have to go
Yeah.
out and look at what's there. I think so. Snow did stop us for a while, but we can go on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going fine, but it's a good place to get ticks. I found it very. Excellent.
Yeah.
Some of those trails.
One of the things you guys might want to consider grabbing Chuck and going for a walk is the access to Clinton Street.
Yeah.
That long trail, because it's all upland species right now. It's all grass, basically, but it floods. And so that fine line of like, does it qualify for wetlands protection, or could we put a road in there? Chuck?
Yeah, Peter, I think as I walked it before the snowstorms, but yeah, a lot of the grass that's there actually is sedges, which are, depending on the species, can be wetland indicators. And there definitely is a significant stretch of it that would be under wetland jurisdiction. There's a detention basin on the north side of it
Yep.
that dumps its water out, and then it, one way or another, makes its way through and across a low area on the path as well. So there's a lot of wetland complications on that route. We can certainly, ideally in the growing season, take a harder look at it, but that's to improve that, other than with a really extensive boardwalk,
A long boardwalk, yeah.
is
A long
going to take
boardwalk.
some considerable doing.
Okay.
I walked it not too long ago, and there are drains that go right into it. Literally, it's just,
Next to the road there,
no,
the nursery road.
no,
Coming off the
I'm
development.
going from Clinton Street in, the
Mhm.
development's on the right-hand side or the north of you,
Yeah.
and there's these huge drains, these
Yeah.
pipes that dump right into it.
Yeah.
And I'm just assuming that's just street runoff, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't really be there, but, you know, I was hoping that would be something we could raise up and, you know, but I think we need to selectively go in there and remove the sedges, Chuck. That's what we need to do.
But-
Turn it to upland species only. That access road in from
It's the
Clinton.
old nursery road.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's kind of partially submerged due to old rotting.
right.
Yeah.
Old rutting, but also the beavers filling in it. There was a time.
The first section's never been beaver flooded. It takes its toll from the development a little bit, but most of it's just natural water, just naturally low, I think. It just soaks in water.
That was beavers for a while. Chuck?
Beavers are further down.
As I recall, there's also wetland mapping from the original permitting for that project that does show that area, portions of it, at least mapped as wetland. So we'd have to, deal with that as well. I think to get that declared upland would be an unrealistic hope.
Not happening.
But hey, we can do a hell of a boardwalk.
Yeah, that's, it's an important route into that whole area,
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. Number 6. Center Trail, Berry Acres, this is talking about the whole bigger trail.
Well, that was that proposal I sent out a few weeks ago. I got comments from Ken and Jane. Thank you. And that was it. So I'm ready to go off to the races with it. I want to share it with Windsor Apartments, ideally tomorrow or Friday, so that they can know more about the trail system and potentially help us at the May workday.
Okay.
And then I also want to share it with the Independent and see if they can do a write-up for us.
All right, yeah, I did not look at that in detail,
Is
obviously.
which one? I'm sorry.
Center Trail, Berry Acres, Chamberlain, the whole kind of.
Right, there's a lot of documents in here. You don't have to remember like the date or anything. I can share the screen.
I didn't no, I thought I did.
Yeah.
I thought I sent the link. That's
I
right.
did, but there's so many documents in that folder. I don't know which one it is. There's one from March 6th, Berry Acres and Center Trail Master Plan.
That's it.
That's it, okay. Do you want more, if you didn't get many comments, do you want more people giving feedback? You're good.
No,
Okay, so your next step is what?
I was just being transparent.
Okay, so your next step is what?
Well, I was going to share it with Windsor Apartments and share it with the Independent.
Okay,
As well as Concom, potentially Concom. Oh, potentially I will share it with Concom.
All right. Center Trail parking, the next 3 are parking. We discussed parking, interesting. Later on.
well, do we just want to do it now?
Sure. So we had an update on that today. Sean and I met with Scott Kern and looked at parking. I was planning on looking at just Echo and Berry Acres. But then we also ended up looking at Center because we were there. And
And who did you meet with? I'm sorry.
Scott Kern,
Okay.
Hopkins and Home Site. He's done the other parking areas for us.
Okay.
So he had availability and frankly, he's looking for some work. So
Mhm.
I'm like, hey, let's go look at this. And we talked about Echo previously. So I thought
And so what did you look at today?
we looked at Center Trail, Echo, and Berry Acres. So for Center, my thought was that Center would be more complicated because of the drain that's there. But he says as long as we simply put, it's called T-base, it's crushed asphalt down and use that as a parking surface there. So it won't look like our stone dust surfaces, but it will fill in the big hole there and make it a better parking area. The action item is to reach out to the respite center and just get their okay to do it. We've done work there before in terms of, there's always a question with the town, is it okay to use town funds on private land? I think again, this is a situation where it makes sense to, it's to the benefit of the town to have those parking spaces available. Benefits the rest of the center too, but it is a shared parking use. Public-private partnership. It's basically what their signs say. It's their land and trail parking's okay.
Yep.
Pratt. Parking there, we did not talk about, realizing that's more complicated. That's both got wetlands issues as well as floodplain issues. You know, and then will be a more complicated project as a result of that. So no progress on that. Echo, we looked at expanding that. Sean had the idea that we need to obviously reach out to Halt and let them know what's going on. I reached out to Maury after I got your email and basically asked him, I said, you've got something to give to him, but in terms of proposal, we wanted to look at, but at the first step is the CR actually signed? Is it in place?
Is it?
Don't know.
Moore's on vacation still. I
No,
think.
it's not.
Or is he
Yeah,
out?
he's-
Yeah, but he'll be the one who knows that because it's been languaging down in the state for
Hi, Chuck.
a very long time. Yep, Chuck?
You know, Maury is back and I believe that the CR is signed, but you better check with him on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did. So as soon as I get that back from him, I'll let you know, Sean, then you can send your,
I'm wondering, so,
Same thing for center.
Yeah.
Because that's under Halt as well.
right. No, that's private land.
the rest of it's.
The entire parking is private. Yeah.
Got it.
So given that on Center, that you've been working, Peter, with Sean on this, do we still want like my name's on one and Scott's on another? Do you want us to switch names here?
They make sense, just because we were working both with Scott, it seems
Sure.
to make sense to kind of.
So I'm sorry, so we want to say Center Trail is going to be Peter and who?
Okay.
Okay. And then,
Echoes the same.
okay,
No, not a number nine, not a number 9.
No, that's parking lots.
That's parking.
You guys are working on.
back up.
Oh, no, 9 is parking, right?
Yeah, the other improvements, so.
Okay.
I thought we were.
So this will
All
be
right.
Peter and Sean.
Yes.
Okay. And fruit, nothing happened yet, so I don't know. If you guys are gonna do that, put your names, we'll put your names, if not. Mine.
Yeah, let's keep you on that one.
Okay.
Well, prompt us.
Echo,
Yeah, and this.
This is the one.
Yeah,
This is the big.
so I haven't done a ton. I walked down there with my kids and they started to act up. I was gonna take pictures and kind of scope it out, but, so I can go back this weekend and kind of itemize what I think are all the improvements and stuff. I think you gotta, you know, I mean, you know part of it, but, towards the end, but I'll kind of map it out.
Or we think we might be able to get access right across the dam there?
Well, that's the secondary. I mean, that's the hope. But I think first thing is we just want to kind of clean up what we have right now.
What we have right now is just the Echo Trail per se.
No, I know, but isn't there, I mean, I didn't even make it to the end with the kids, but isn't there still need of repair?
There's the fence at the end of Milton.
Yeah,
Oh,
the fence and stuff like that.
There's the gate and the
Yeah, the
fence.
gate, I think we owe it, because I think it's owned by the property owner, right?
what?
The town,
Or the town owns that gate, okay. I didn't know if,
well, somebody suggested it could be the DPW. of
Yeah.
Bedford.
yeah. I didn't know. I knew there was an ownership question. That's what I was confusing. Yeah,
The gate up at the front?
yeah.
Yeah, these guys will take care of it when they do that.
Okay.
Okay, so they're basically looking at putting a proposal together this weekend for Echo, work at
and who's they?
Center, Scott Current.
Oh,
He's got another guy in town who kind of helps him with estimating and that sort of stuff.
that's for the parking areas.
Yes, and then you said the gate.
Heath Road and
Oh, yeah, the gate, because it's right there.
But I mean, to Ken's question, I mean, is that, is it in scope to try to see if we can extend it? Or are you looking for that?
Extend
around Echo Lake.
Yeah.
There's a.
No, that would be, that would be
Long-term
cool.
plan, but I mean, you've already tried it in the past, right? You've already had discussions.
We've gotten the no, the quick no from Milford,
Right,
but
but I'm
That's
willing
what I
to open
think
up those discussions again.
yeah, I think,
I love that.
you know, before opening those discussions, it'd be good to see what other communities do and allow, you know, do people, yeah, i.e., and you want to lean towards these facilities allow you, I mean, you know, Central Park, that is a water supply that people are, you know, right in the middle of New York, and other places certainly allow access, and some don't.
Like you got Wachusett,
Wachusett allows that.
Oh, in Wachusett for sure, right? Isn't the
Quabbin.
Quabbin,
Yeah.
isn't the one in Natick also a reservoir? that
Yeah,
has
I
happened?
But, yeah,
Yeah.
so there are others, but,
Yeah.
you know, and is there a way to do it, you know, hey, if we put a fence up, can we get that close?
Yeah.
In certain areas or something. But yeah, but that's a longer term,
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, not
Okay.
heavy left hand, but
yeah, and then, the final one is the Berry Acres parking. We also met and looked at that, and again, we'll be getting proposal on that shortly.
And just to note, that one is managed by Concom. So not only do we have to go through Concom for the wetlands,
But for ownership,
but for management ownership, yeah.
so they own that section of Berry Acres.
And open space has this section closer to me.
Okay.
Is that clear? Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it makes more sense than some of the other, you know, that the water department owns, so like half the hill down behind, you know,
Well, regardless,
yes.
yes. So at some point, like that master plan, I said we share with Concom because they're involved. Same thing with open space. I reached out to Ed Harrow. I still have yet to meet with him
Mhm.
about this. See on other things.
Okay. Good. E-bikes, April 7th. A couple of us will be
I was a little early.
with the select board. Yes.
This past one.
I'm sorry, what? What was
With regard to e-bikes on the April 7th select board meeting
Mhm.
will be, that issue will be up. It was discussed at a previous select board meeting. They had some questions, speed limits, things like that as to whether we needed them. The police was again complaining about enforcement of speed limits, and it's, you know, trying to explain to them. I thought you did a nice job of kind of stating, you know, the speed limits are there kind of as almost a reminder to folks.
Yeah, I mean, no speed limit. I mean, without a speed limit posted, there is no speed limit. And
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and then,
so we'll, you know, I'll be at that board meeting. I'm not, you guys are aware, Stan. I think we should welcome them, and I think we should just, you know, post a speed limit. And, you know, enforceability is a different issue. I mean, people speed in school zone stuff right now, right? Right, or go 30 and a 20, right now.
yeah, and
It's posted and they know they're breaking the law, and if you really abuse it, so.
yeah, and the number of accidents associated with e-bikes is definitely doing, you know, it's on an exponential build phase. So for the police to say they're not enforcing, and you know, I'm watching all the kids running around. They're not driving e-bikes, they're driving e-motorcycles.
Yeah.
So they don't even, a lot of them don't even have pedals, the pretend pedals on them.
Yeah, I don't think.
And there's no enforcement by our police department, which is like, what are you gonna wait till somebody dies?
I don't recall. There's a warrant class of e-bike. I can't recall.
It does not, because we decided.
We decided not to.
It's really just the speed that's the issue, and the state law covers.
Yeah.
Class 1 or class 2 is all that's allowed, class 3 is a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And, you know, enforcement is just not happening, so hopefully we can get the select board to kind of push that a little bit.
I think for an agenda item for next month, if we could add, preparing some people to talk about it at the town meeting, because otherwise we may have a lot of opponents talk or people who are going to say other things. So we should have some people here split up talking points to go up to the mic.
Yeah, sure we do. Okay, and then the final update item, not on here, but Linda raised it, was the logo, which I thought I was putting on here, but I obviously forgot to, but as we have other items, that it's covered.
Okay, before we do the logo though, I just want to say that the, because it's not on here either, the workday. So the one last month was canceled because of snow.
Mhm.
The next one is April 4th, and the club proposed using it to clear center trail ditches like we do every year. However, last year, apparently Dell did it as a volunteer project, but nobody seems to keep contact info, like who from Dell we could contact and ask if they want to do it again. So it would be great if Dell would do it and we could do a different work day, but I don't know if anybody knows how to get a hold of who it was from Dell.
Well, who'd they reach out to last time?
John
It was John and John.
have it.
Players and honest.
And, you know, I said I could try and call Dell and, you know.
I think April 4th as our workday, it's a good one because it's something we can broadcast widely. It's right before the marathon. People are starting to do,
So just have it be us and forget
Yeah.
the whole Dell thing.
Oh, they come, honest.
yeah,
Well, I mean, to Linda's point, it would give us scalability if we could still have April 4th be the day, but we might change it if we can get in contact with Dell in the next week or so, right?
Well, maybe we can get Dell to do something else then.
Or something else.
I think that's the.
Yeah, plenty of stuff.
Yeah, we have plenty of things to do. April 4th, for somebody who's new to trails, just finding out about trails, the center trail is safe.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy, you know, there's a drainage ditch, get the leaves out of the drainage ditch, you know, it's a easy one.
Yeah.
Kid friendly, but also stuff that adults.
Okay,
can
so we'll do that.
So we're gonna presumably have garlic mustard coming up at some point near there, but probably not then. Probably in maybe a couple of weeks after that, right? So
Yeah.
when the garlic mustard comes, it's kind of important to get it before
Right.
it shoots. And when that is I think a little unpredictable. Right now, I don't think you can even hardly see.
About what month is it though?
Yeah, what, was it June?
No, it's earlier.
Really? Because I thought it was more like June.
I think that may be the issue, that we did it as June work
We
days.
don't want to do it that late. I think it's easy. We want to get it as soon as you can yank it and it comes out intact and they can actually see it well.
Okay, I thought it just had to be before it's seeded, but that's fine. Maybe that was the thing last time. It was scouts to seed.
I think it's May actually, but
So
Okay, well, let's,
by the end of May,
we've already got a May work day,
we're gonna be seeing.
but
maybe Dell.
after you guys,
That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
yeah, so
What
after.
time was that? Is that 9 on April 4th?
Yeah, they're always
Yeah,
at
that's the only thing. So Sean, once you guys do your small group bridge construction and looking at the trail reroute, figure out maybe how many people you need for that, and maybe we could bifurcate, have some do garlic mustard along center and then the rest do the trail.
We also can see if we can find a contact at Dell to do garlic mustard.
Yep.
Chuck, do you know when garlic mustard typically comes up and goes to seed, like what that range is?
And comes up early. It's about the first thing,
Oh,
one of the first things up. But and then you can pull it at any time. Then
That's true.
Um,
You can
but-
pull it before it
yeah,
flowers.
it's a biennial. So when you're pulling the second year's growth, you're pulling that plant. It's not going to regenerate and create seeds. So as soon as it's up enough that you can really identify it, you can go in and pull it.
And it's less of a disposal issue if you get it earlier, because then it won't go to seed. If you get it
That's
before
Yeah.
it shoots.
Well, here's what ChatGPT says late in Hopkinton area, late March, early April, small green rosettes appear
Right.
close to the ground, and mid-April, plants become easy to spot and pull.
Yeah, I think mid-April could be, yeah. Right.
Well, I'll take an action item to see if we can get Dell to do it.
It's hard to believe how slow things have been happening this spring.
Yeah,
Things might be a little late.
I haven't seen a crocus yet.
Right.
All right,
Yeah, which is weird, right?
yeah, it's there, it's going to logo.
and just the other thing though, while we're talking about it, the club walks, the Duck Pond one was really well attended. I wasn't there, but it looked like there were 20 people from the picture. The next one is Saturday, April 11th, 10 a.m. Whisper Way. And we don't have the next ones, but July, we're gonna do the Dickman Historic Walk at Fruit Street. Okay, so logo, I will share the logos we got. I got feedback from Dave and that was it, and me, so I'm sorry, I have a- So did anyone else look at it or,
Well,
I'm sorry, what?
I looked through them, but I can't say I have a strong preference of one over any of the others. Like, we gotta go over them.
Well, we don't have time to go over it here. It's not even on the agenda, so we needed feedback in advance, but if anybody had any quick feedback to throw in here. If not, we can always delay it, but we don't have time to kind of walk. There's like whatever, 15, 20 designs. We don't have time to walk through them all. Did anybody else have any input? Otherwise, I'll go into what Dave and I had to say.
Yeah, go through yours.
Okay, so there was 3 basic designs. You can see the one on top has the hills, the trails and trees. The one in the middle also has littler hills, different hills and trees. And the one on the bottom has sort of a swoopier trail. Dave and I both preferred the second ones in here.
Which means two.
Which means what?
Yeah, point.
Number 2, yeah. Design 2, and sorry, Dave, I have to open up that page. Sorry, it's gonna take a sec. Okay, so Dave prefers 2C, so the top row on the, oh no, scroll, I have to scroll.
Yeah, I think I like number 6, which was the
Oh,
2C6.
2C6, okay. Okay, so that's the one Dave,
That one.
and my preference was actually sort of a combi, I like 2C6, but Dave, you said you preferred the tan path,
Yeah, it's,
the white path, and I think you liked the text from this one better, the connecting nature neighbors from that one. My preference was sort of a combination of some of these, so I kind of mocked it up in Photoshop. So I'll just show you that because sorry, it's just taking. Okay, so I kind of liked having the word Hopkinton lighter than the word trails. I like the tan path, just like you did, Dave. I liked having 2 deciduous trees here instead of the one. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm showing. Sorry.
I feel like green trees or white trees. Yeah, they're deciduous trees.
Oh, I don't like white at all.
Green. Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer green deciduous trees.
Mhm.
Okay, so I like basically what Dave liked, but I like the 2 green deciduous trees here.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want them on the path. She had them on the path, so whatever. Well,
Yeah.
but I liked having them up front rather in the back.
Yeah.
And then if you do that,
Yeah.
you can put this on 2 lines. And I liked having the Hopkinton lighter and the trails bigger, but I'm sort of okay either way. And I liked this same font we like. So we were actually very similar in what we liked.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that.
Yeah,
Okay, do you guys prefer this to what Dave picked?
It's pretty close.
I think the main difference, let me go back to Dave's, the main difference was where the trees are.
Yeah, the one I liked had one tree in front, one tree sort of farther back, but I like that too.
Okay, I'll just show yours again. So yours is
Yeah,
second.
that tree looks a little, looks a little odd. It's like, where is it on the trail?
Yeah, the first one is too close.
That's the first one definitely would need to
We
move
put it in the
over.
middle, it could advertise for work days.
Someone with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And I definitely like the deciduous better than the pine. Pine just looks too Christmassy.
Yeah.
So, all right, so Chuck, you've got a comment?
yeah. I like yours, Linda. I think the placement of the trees balances diagonally the trails, the word trails. I think it just, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, so do we wanna, Dave, would you be okay going with this one with the trees there? And then what about the wording? Do we like that or do we like, forget Dave with one?
Yeah, I like the kind of the bolder font. I think that.
I think this is good.
Okay, so I'll just send her this and say, do this.
You can get half the fee.
Looking for a motion to approve this as our logo.
So moved.
Second,
Okay,
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Abstentions? Against? So unanimous and passes.
awesome, that's pretty great.
Okay.
I got a comment about signs. I went to the liaison meeting in Holliston about the trails at College Park, and so they are working on that. They've got an idea as to how to put up signs which are going to be at intersections throughout the entire system, starting from Hopkinton, going all the way into private land and including the Vietnam NEPA stuff. And so their current workaround, they haven't finalized anything yet. As it happened, only 2 of the intersections in one section are actually in Hopkinton. They looked at the Hopkinton-Holston boundary. So as it happens, what?
Back up for a sec. How did you find out about this?
They
Well,
reached out to me, I know someone on the committee a
Okay.
few months ago and Ken volunteered to be
Okay.
liaison.
yeah, so I went there. Anyway, they've got, it divided into sections A through G and up to sometimes more than 20 different intersections in each of those 7 sections. So they're talking lots of intersections that they're gonna have, and those trails are set up so there's no possible way they can all be consecutive along any one path because there are so many interweaving ones, but they're gonna have it all there. They haven't decided whether they're gonna put posts to mount for the intersections or put them on trees in the short term, but they're talking a lot of money in the long term. So only 2 of the signs would be in Hopkinton, and that's in section C. As it happens, they've got the letters A through G set up to actually mean something. So C in this scheme means College Rock. B meant Beaver. What was the name of that place? It's off of Adams Street. Yeah, but I think that's the old name of the farm. Anyway, A meant Adams, I think. So the parking lot there. And then they had, they had something, they don't have a fee for Vietnam, but and anyway, they are working on it. They're developing signs, and they're going to have probably a 3-digit sign because of the first being the section, and then being a 2-digit number for the intersection. They haven't figured out how big. I'll probably meet with them again.
So I'm thinking, so are they going to provide people with, the signs will tell them where they are and where they're going, but is there any type of overall guide system they're gonna?
They haven't gotten
They
that
haven't
far.
gone that far?
No, so
I'm sure everybody's seen what they have down towards that sort of whatever overhang, the sitting area that they have. Have you seen that also? Yeah.
My
So they're
guess
pretty
would be
intense.
somebody will update OSM and all trail or Trail Forks, right?
Yeah, they're doing,
Recent,
Trail Forks is their favorite.
Okay.
trails.
So they'll upload that there.
Yeah, I believe that.
Was wondering the connection to.
They didn't have a Milford representative, so a lot of the hills actually are in Milford.
Yeah, good. Interesting. Yeah, I was up skiing cross country and, you know, at each of the
Too, yeah.
intersections, well, I was up in Waterville Valley.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And in each of the intersections there, they have a map.
Yeah, right.
With the you are here,
Right,
which
it's really nice to have
is
this.
very nice. Yeah.
They have some of those, up Glen Keening and,
Yeah. I meant to ask the guy who directs it, and, you know, how much those cost.
yeah.
We'll
I
add-
think the problem is more when things change.
Yes,
There's a lot more maps to change.
Yeah, but at a certain point you get stabilized.
you guys are hoping that it's stabilized now because they've got so many trails, but.
Right.
As you will know, that over the last few years, they've put in a lot more of it, so.
All righty, moving on. Trail networking event on March 31st.
Yeah, so, who here plans to come? Okay,
Okay, we should post it then.
oh, I have it.
You have it posted?
Agenda, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, we're gonna set up chairs starting at 5:30, so if anybody wants to come early to help set up. There's not that much work to do for this. Also, Jane volunteered to help and you did setting up some food, some drinks. I think I kind of went over this before. And I'll just share who's coming. So I've only heard from about half the groups. Tomorrow I have to bug the rest to see, if they're coming or not. So OSPC will be there, Conservation Commission, EPW, Library, Historical Society, Trails Club, Sudbury Valley Trustees. Audubon is coming, but they think that they don't know who yet. Friends of Whitehall, same thing. And Lake Maspinock, same thing. NIMBA is coming. The Scouts, I think Karen's coming. And YMCA is sending someone. Chuck will not be there because he's on vacation, and Elaine is coming. So we have a good turnout. There's a few more we will want to, I'd really like Parks and Rec to be there. I hope they'll come. A few others. Dave Del Torrio says he didn't see why he would come, so that's fine. But that's the only no we got, actually. It's just the other people we haven't heard back from yet.
Okay.
And today was the due day, or yesterday, so I'll bug them tomorrow. And that's basically it. I don't have too much to say about it. And the only thing is you're going to talk for our group, I assume. Do you want to share with us in advance what you're going to say, or?
Yeah, I'll give a rough and send
Okay.
it around.
Okay.
Going to be fairly broad.
I did reach out to the Chamber of Commerce on an unrelated issue.
Uh-huh.
I was basically saying, all right, with Berry Acres,
Uh-huh.
because of the West Main Street Business District, I sent an email, crickets.
See, I don't really know I know people in the org, but I don't know any of the officer people.
Well, it's the director, the executive
Right.
director, that,
And there's also a president, there's two.
well, there's the president, which is typically it's a member, so you get the board.
Uh-huh,
And then you have somebody who's on staff, and that's the executive director.
okay,
Executive director is the person you want,
okay.
and that's the person I reached out to.
And who is that? What's the name?
I don't remember her name.
Yeah, it used to be Kim for Tilda forever.
It's really, I'd love to get them involved, but if not at this event, we'll get them someday.
I will reach out to them again tomorrow on the Berry Acres thing, and then if I do correspond with them and I'm successful, I'll talk about the networking event.
Okay, great. Okay, that's it, really.
Okay.
Sean.
Good. Winter trail options, procedures, just wanted to spend some time talking about, we got, after 5 years of no snow, we got the snow. And I remember after the first snow, a whole bunch of people went out and, pounded all these trails in and we didn't do a particularly great job of letting people other than us know about it. And then, you know, the other thing we had
did
was
post on social media.
a little bit, but, you know, I think there was an opportunity to do more.
Mhm,
I mean, I think people were people who were used to being outside were looking to get out.
mhm.
So I think we could have done more on that. And then there's also the issue of, you know, what do we do in terms of signs and the bare booting or, you know, post holing versus snowshoes versus.
I'd add parking
Parking,
areas. to that
like
list.
Parking obviously is key.
Yeah, if we can get the town to help out, even if it's as priority number 2 for them, if they get everything else cleared,
Right,
we've got the equipment. It'd be nice to get them signed up for a couple of the key.
yeah, and then, so that was one of my questions was what do we see as key parking areas?
And 4 or 5, I think we know what they are, right?
Hughes, obviously.
Hughes, I think would.
I mean, Fruit Street is plowed, so
Yeah.
that's good. Do they need to plow all 200 spaces?
No,
No.
no, but make it.
Is that really like to see Halifax and Medevacs come in?
That's usually up at the school, I thought.
I don't know. That was
Maybe for the winter, that's why they,
well, I suggested that to Jen, and Jen's like, oh, maybe they use that for Medevacs. And I was like, there's enough space there for Medevacs.
You mean the Fruit Street lots?
Yeah.
The soccer fields, or there's a few lots at Free Street that are plowed.
No, this is the soccer fields, the whole big soccer.
Okay, yeah.
park. That was all cleared.
I know.
But not the Pratt area.
That was not clear, but there's also 2 other areas on Free Street that are clear near the pickleball. Well, one is sort of across from the dog park.
Yeah, they had for that ball.
yeah.
And then there's another one
Well,
next. to
pickleball was not. Pickleball was us. It was.
Yeah,
I know it's amazing, like cleared in there.
yeah, I think that's where I would
Linda's
guess.
making the list, but I think it'd be nice for off-season to get on the DPW's list, right?
Yeah,
And I think that agreement, that'd be
Right.
pretty awesome. Again, it could be priority 2, but
I think, I mean, there's,
on day 1 of the snow.
with those 3, there probably only 2 out of those 3 are really needed.
Right.
I would say the 2 paved ones, which was by the soccer fields and then by the pickleball.
It looks like they're already doing those.
Yeah, they are. And then there's
They are.
another one, which is not paved, it's a dirt parking lot.
The
Sort of
Pratt,
No,
a different one.
across in the dog park.
Oh,
across from the dog park.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple smaller ones, even if, I don't know, if Cameron Woods or something like.
No, but I mean,
People would be
I think to your point,
Park the street.
to Dave's point, there's no need to plow the one across from the dog park
No, I
area.
agree with that. No, I was kind of moving on.
And maybe move that to Hughes.
Yeah,
That same effort.
That would be smart, yeah. I mean, if Hughes, you know, with this snow, the main problem.
I couldn't bring myself to try to get my truck stuck there. I was like, we drive over and grind
Not
it.
the big snowbank, and I didn't do it, it was not the snowbank,
It was
the
the
natural snow behind it,
Like, I'm gonna get stuck.
right?
So John Rich sent a number of emails where he listed the lots that were plowed and weren't. It's not like an easy list, but I'll try to go through it. Cameron Woods Whisper Way, was that plowed?
Yes.
I think it was one spot.
It wasn't completely plowed, it was a number of few cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it helped doing. I mean, I think I went up in between the storms. I don't think I went under the second.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know,
there's no, that's the only plowed parking lot in that whole area.
No, that's
And then
the tennis courts on the other side. Because we're talking Cameron, yeah?
Yes.
Right? So the tennis courts were,
You mean-
Reed Park.
What a Reed Clark was.
Oh,
Reed Park was plowed.
That's not Cameron.
No.
no,
That's town forced to Cameron.
no, Reed is Whitehall, Whitehall
Yeah.
Station area.
Yeah, you have to cross,
Yeah.
you have to cross Winter Street to get to that area.
He's off for that.
Let's see.
It's part of that whole Lake Whitehall package, which, to your point, includes Cameron.
Right.
If you want to.
Right,
You wouldn't park there if you wanted to ski Cameron.
yeah, you
No.
wouldn't.
Yeah, you can park at the boat.
The
launch.
Pond Street
Yeah,
Trail
boat
was,
launch was plowed.
okay, Pond Street wasn't plowed, Pratt wasn't plowed.
Yeah, the question
It
with
should
Reed Park is why was Reed Park plowed?
Right,
Because you're right, you have the boat launch.
which is pretty provided, parked by skis.
Yeah.
Was Echo plowed?
I don't think.
No, Echo was not.
That really should be, shouldn't it?
Milford always plows their.
Yeah, I know.
parking lot, though.
Well, that.
College, does anybody know if College Rock was plowed?
I parked at the Milford parking lot and went to College Rock from there.
Okay, but we
I
don't,
don't,
we don't,
I don't know.
That works pretty easy. They're pretty close.
oh, he said it was unplowed.
It would be nice to,
And
put this, just the street one as opposed to the deeper one.
Ice House Pond and Reed. Ice House Pond was plowed
Right.
and Reed was plowed.
Again, I think maybe it's something for a future meeting where we just nail it down. Someone, or I'm happy to talk to the DPW, get their agreement, because I don't know if that even what's plowed and what it wasn't plowed is consistent too. So we can have some predictability, so we can advertise it and.
Right,
Make sure
that
people
was
know
the
what
point of
to
this
expect.
meeting, is to
Yeah.
kind of spitball.
Yeah.
Throw stuff around and say, okay, so parking is key. I think we did a good job, actually, of folks communicating and saying, we're gonna go snowshoe this area and pack it down. But then getting that message to the secondary level.
It almost might be nice to have a little chart almost. These are the trails we would, in priority order, we'd like to have the parking lots cleared in priority order. These are the trails we'd like in priority order. That might be a good way to,
Well, and I think the other thing is that end of the day, this can get rolled into an article for the Independent that says, hey, in the winter,
Yeah.
in hindsight, we had these two big storms. There are people who are going out on the trails clearing patches. So if you want to walk your dog in the woods, there will be these places that will be available, first. There'll be parking there and just.
what are the trails that we want to clear? Not the parking lots, the trail. Do we think all those parking lots should be cleared that we just mentioned? Is that-
Again, I think it's, to your point, it's really for, someone to take the lead and kind of put it together, what we did, in doing that, what came across as clearly needing some work, like you guys did Berry Acres, short stretch. That is close to downtown, had the parking there, although you better run across cars, but hey, once it's done, that'd be good to be able to tell people, hey,
Well, while we're
After
spitballing,
storm.
what other ones did we do
Yeah.
or do we want to do? We-
Front Street clearly, Berry Acres, what other ones did you guys?
Wouldn't mind if folks Hughes.
Hughes,
So how can State
Center.
Park-
Center, yeah,
yeah,
that's sort of done naturally because people trudge through it, but yes.
it really was,
You're
I
right.
mean,
Well,
it's like a weird mix, yeah.
Yeah, any others that are good for snowshoeing or cross country?
Whitehall Peninsula, we did that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the Whitehall, Spring Street side, that's really good for skiing.
Along Lake Whitehall?
Yeah,
And so that's like,
On the state park trails?
yeah,
yeah,
state
yeah,
park.
yeah.
So we want to take that on?
That's really, a lot of people go there. I don't think that's something we need to do.
Right.
Mostly for walking, mostly for walking.
You could park at the.
You can park at the boat ramp, yeah, and you go along Spring Street.
Trails stomped.
Oh, or the trail stop, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I did behind center school. And that got a fair bit of use.
That's one place I didn't try to go.
I think somebody at Trails Club meeting mentioned Whitehall Woods, the one off of Pond Street
I tried up there.
for skiing.
No, I have never tried that.
Going from Upton State Park,
I'm not,
or if I was gonna do that.
Yeah,
oh, someone said that, maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
Anybody else who cross countries or snowshoes? If
So,
not, that's a good starting
yeah,
one.
I like Cameron and Town Fellows, that's me.
Anything in the Legacy area? Anything on the east side of town?
By this time next year or earlier, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legacy North will be.
Yeah.
yeah, Legacy South, I just walked to from my house. I just carried my skis to it. I did do that. No plowing.
So,
Yeah, the Legacy North, especially for skiing, is nice because we've got field and no rock, so.
Remember where they pushed off snow off the parking lot over by Walnut Street or not, but
I think they did.
They might have. Anyway, Hopkins State Park, they plow that, a lot in Hopkins State Park, they plow at the Ranger Place, which allows access to the dog pond. Ashland, does plow both of their parking lots on Winter Street. They also, plow, place that I'm always wanting to call Walden Woods, which is, off of Chestnut Street, which is a nice place to ski. I always go there.
Okay, so
Chuck's got his,
Yeah, so there's a lot of places to go.
Chuck? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that the key users of some of the trails are dog walkers, and the I think some priority should be put on the parking and access and packing or whatever for dog walkers, particularly on Hughes, obviously Center Trail, maybe Echo to a degree, and the areas that have parking where people do come and go. It's not even if they're not skiers or snowshoers, they still want to get out and
Right,
use the trails.
that's true.
All right, so what's our next step on this?
I think we ought to have a few people who are interested go work on it, but it doesn't have to be right away, obviously.
Who's on the, who's got the voice on that coordination? Like there was, we talked at the last meeting that the town was bringing up, they were trying to bubble up these types of things we talked about.
You mean the charter thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Who's on that?
Don't know who's on the charter group.
We could look it up if we want, it's on the
So
website.
now how do we get a voice on the chart?
I think you put it, did they send around you had said you voiced some things.
I've got something I want to bring up with DPW or regarding DPW and that, but no, we haven't done
Do you
it.
think that it belongs with the charter group?
Well, we're talking about plowing, aren't we?
Well,
Plowing is, yeah.
we're
think-
part of it.
All right, so I thought that was the main part. I think that's kind of what resonates is parking. Oh, and then which trails do we want to pack out?
Yeah,
So I was like, okay, let's deal with parking.
yeah, without parking, everything else
I
is
mean,
food.
it's not one solution to deal with everything. I agree. This-
Parking.
Yeah.
And so we said, okay, well, how do we get the DPW? DPW said, no. And then we hear, oh, the charter group is trying to figure out how do we manage?
Put on their DPW.
Then I thought, hey, how do we get a voice on that charter? That was my train of thought.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from them.
They were meeting, they had a meeting like last night. That was their
Is it?
second meeting.
So they finally are.
Let me just see who's boards and committees.
Okay, sponsoring it?
It's from the town, so they.
Well, I know, but I mean-
Go to the select board.
The select board, is there like a select board member sponsor anyone? I don't know, if urge.
Or who's on it, or really,
I'm trying to go to that. Doesn't, oh, boards and committee database. Okay, so
I assume,
on it is, I'm sorry, you guys can't see this. Let me share.
at some point, they're gonna ask for comments.
I wouldn't make any assumptions.
I thought they did
That's-
here. Remember, they sent out an email to each committee chair asking for input and for you to fill something out. And I had asked about it at a meeting and you said, yeah, I got that. I did that. No?
No. No.
Okay. Well,
So what are they supposed to do? I mean,
I sent an email to every committee chair saying what, and every department saying what input you have for the charter committee.
so what is the charter committee supposed to do? I've never
Like,
heard of it.
for example, we want DPW to take over more plowing and more trail maintenance, so the charter would have to get updated to say DPW is responsible for that.
Right.
I'm like sort of really simplifying,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
you get the idea. So it says Nancy Richards Kavanaugh is on it, Patrick O'Brien, Jamie Blanca,
O'Brien.
Muriel Kramer, Connor Deegan, Peter Mimo, and Jamie Birch.
Okay.
So who's the chair?
Connor.
Connor's the chair.
Connor's chair.
So we could reach out to, yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense that Connor's the chair, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
legally stuff in it. Yeah, there was an email that went out, so I thought that was the way we got our input in. I only know because I get because I have that other email account for feedback. I get all the emails that go to everybody now, the share email.
Okay.
So
I don't remember seeing anything like that, so.
So I think the action is to kind of get a voice, at least you have some.
Yeah.
Yeah, find out what their schedule is and what they're planning on doing and,
do you want to do that, Peter?
yeah,
Okay,
reach out to Connor or Jamie.
It'd be nice to know what their timetable is.
Yeah,
it really just got started,
Yeah.
so.
Maybe the first thing was to create a timetable.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, changes to the charter will be voted on at town meeting, so it's
Right.
obviously
So that's what I was wondering.
probably not this one.
Definitely not this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, so too quick, I thought this.
That's why the warrant's closed.
Right.
Yeah, and what about the other topics on here that don't involve charter stuff? The publicity, the signage we maybe wanted to have. Do we want to just put that off for something in like September or October or something?
That would be my recommendation.
yeah.
And I.
We got a lot of things on our plate right now.
Yeah,
Not to mention the fact that we have more snow than we have seen in a decade.
Right.
And so I'd hate to see the pendulum out back on this. Oh, we have to react. No, I don't want to.
yeah, let's start it fall. Okay,
Read the farmer's almanac, see what happens.
Well, it was wrong this year. It said significantly lighter snowfall. I read it and I was my snow blower away. I know you were, but it resonated with me,
does that mean we're really in trouble next year?
Who knows? All righty, so, push off to, September, come up with something. Look at a plan for what trails we stop down first and parking lots are gonna be cleared. We know some of them already, so we can see what more we can do. All right, item 5, we've talked about, which is the various assembly parking lots. Trails 101, that's with the Trail Club.
Yeah, so I think we're driving it. The Trails Club will support, but we're driving it. So I'm gonna just share a document. I feel like I'm in. Put a link. Let's see. Oh, well. I had links in the agenda. I thought, you know what I think I did? I didn't upload that document. Oh, well.
Ah.
That's what it is. Okay. So I'm going to share this on the screen. So the first thing is, I'm going to suggest we consider calling it Trails Day, not Trails 101, for 2 reasons. The first one is it's what we called something similar last year that we had at Hughes. So we already have yard signs for that. We have some consistency. The other thing is when they used to have Hopkinton 101, lots of people had no idea what 101 means. It's just not in everybody's lexicon. So I recommend we change it to Trails Day, not 101. So any objections to that?
What's the purpose of this?
This is where we're gonna, so I'll
Intro to
do
trails.
that, but it's basically.
It's a 101 class.
Right, so you could have said not 101, but why don't we call it Intro to Trails? Why do we call it Trails?
Trails Awareness Day or something.
Okay, we do already have the signs from last year, since we need new signs, which is fine. I mean, Trails Day is sort of generic, so we could use it every year, but we don't have to. We could make new signs.
We have to change the date on the sign.
Yeah, but I planned it, so we can.
Or
do that.
put the.
Yeah.
Oh, so here's a quick, can we combine? I mean, I like the idea of saying what we're doing, which is intro to trails. And you could still have the sign say Trails Day, Oh, what's Trails Day? Oh, it's an intro to trails.
But how would you know it from the sign that it's an intro to trails? You wouldn't.
Doesn't matter, but if you're interested, you're gonna look it up.
Are we talking about the ones you put in the ground? Those signs?
lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can either make new ones or
Well, those are tough to read when you're driving.
they're the best way to get the word out to people who aren't on social media. It's just proven they are.
I'm not the sign itself. These signs, though, there was so much wording and so
Yeah,
much,
less is more.
like you.
Trails Day had almost no words. It's Trails Day,
All right, then I'm not taking-
state time, that was it.
And I'm thinking of a different sign.
Yeah, you are, because, yeah, they're very effective and if you keep them down to almost no words. So, I mean, in the other publicity for it, social media, the emails, the website, we can say intro to trails. Or we just make new signs.
No, I think having the signs is basically you're out there, to your point, you're driving by and, oh, Trails Day. Huh, I'm interested in trails. What's going on? Oh, here it is, you know, I'll look.
And the
The
time, I
website.
think is a great way to get
Right.
it too. So that'll, like, if the heading is descriptive enough, that'll get it all out there too.
Okay,
But I think for the sign, just saying Trails Day and the date. You know, people are interested, that's all they need. They'll find the information.
okay.
I mean, yeah, to your point, you driving by, you know, you're looking, where is it? Oh, it's in, yeah, it's like, no, you're gone, you're by that point.
It also, I mean, it also attracts tons of people who walk, so
Right.
they're walking slow enough to be able to read
Oh,
that.
walking is fine. I'm thinking about the signs that are meant for people who are driving.
Well, they're also stuck in traffic a lot too, so that's part of why they're, you know,
We
good.
just spent millions of dollars improving the roadways, so they're not stuck in traffic.
Okay, so it's in the Betty Strong Room. The main things we're going to do are we'll have a welcome table where people can ask questions about what's there, where to get it. I thought we should have our big trail map up there.
It doesn't exist.
We had it at one point.
No, not the one that we were playing around with 2 years ago. That doesn't have all the trails on it.
Well, it's a year ago. We haven't been around for.
All right, so a year. It seems,
Yeah, where is that one?
it's my living room.
Okay.
And you don't think
Over
it's
his couch.
fun to just have?
I haven't, well, no, the map I want is the one that Halt has, that has all the open space. That's the sign you want. That's the trail map. And that doesn't have trails on it, just has open space.
I was gonna say, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have the trails marked. But the whole point here is for trail awareness, so.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, we could say,
Could we
have the open space and you right in.
How much would it cost to generate an updated or semi-updated version? I'll be cautious about the updated part.
Probably, Josh can probably do it pretty quickly.
Well, it took me 6 weeks to get an answer from him. on
Well, you
something.
know what? Perfect. If you do it tomorrow morning.
well,
Yeah.
That's spot on. You'll have.
what we have now is incomplete, but it's not incorrect. Maybe it's just incomplete.
Cool.
But there's a couple.
But there's some, so the thing is, we gotta be careful. Now, I think for this, the Trails Day, I think it'd be fine. We probably would want a cleaner version, because I did a whole bunch of pins and stuff like that in it, but
The only reason that I just think it's kind of a cool thing. It's not like,
I agree. That's why I said the Halt map is better.
How about we do them both?
we can ask Holt to bring their map, because it's just open space.
I think they might have some trails on it, but,
How big is the?
Chuck, go
oh,
ahead.
it's big.
You know,
It's the same size.
Okay.
It probably has it.
Do you have it?
Yes, I have the Halt map and I trust that Halt would be glad if it was used. But that, in terms of a map, a great big map that say Josh would do, the problem is his source is probably going to be OpenStreetMap.
Right.
And there are some issues with their maps. My thought would be to use something like the Halt map as a master key, and then display the more detailed maps that we do have
right.
for all the different areas around town. That those maps being certainly more up to date
Right.
and under our control.
So the big one was more just for, hey, look, it's cool. How many do we have? Not to be exact
Right.
necessarily. So we could use the
Right.
Halt one for that.
How about this? We get another halt map, because the halt one that Chuck's got is pretty beat up,
Okay,
right? And so we take that one and we letter number,
Put markers.
put markers on all the trails, very similar to the Trails Club website, right? And then we print out each of the maps of each of those trails.
well,
So somebody who looks at the map, be like, oh, I live near A, and they go look at the map.
You're saying like a black and white they could take with them?
Maybe,
That'd be kind of cool.
maybe.
Well, at least they know it's available.
so I thought we would have some of the most, because this is intro to trails, I thought we would have the most popular trails, not
Right.
necessarily everyone. If you really want to have everyone, we could.
I wouldn't say, no, it doesn't have to be all inclusive. If we could have something that we could print out on an 8x12 or 11x17, do it. Right? So we got all the Hull properties. Right?
I'm
They got
sorry,
trail
can you
maps for everything.
Bring out the big thing for
All right.
everyone.
So the Hull map that I was talking about is the big
Mhm.
one that we
Engineers.
right, exactly, that engineers get, right? Then we take that and we put A, B, C, 3,
Right.
whatever, right? How many letters we have, we print out maps for all the letters.
Right,
So there's 26 maps, right? And we say, okay, well, 20, whatever, right? And so if there's another board that has the boards.
Yep.
And people say, oh, I live near A, and I can go look at A, oh, that's that trail system.
okay. I just wasn't envisioning we would print out maps for all of them, but like.
I mean, if you have
That's what I'm saying, could be 5, 10, 14,
Yeah,
what I think.
20.
Sure.
Yeah, like I had said popular trails, Hughes, Fruit Street, Center Trail, Town Forest, Cameron Woods.
I mean, we've got maps for the trail behind Center School,
Mhm.
East Main, you know, we've got them.
Yep.
We should use them.
We have our density grid that Sean and team did, let's try to pick, try to get representative ones around town.
Well, that's what I tried to do with
Yeah.
this list. Are there
Yeah, I
one we should put on it? Should we do a legacy map and which one?
Well, that's what I was thinking is that I think the overarching message, you look at this big map and you're like, wow, we have a lot of trails. This is great,
Right.
right? And if they want to dig into the detail, we provide half.
Yeah, are there trails in my areas?
Correct. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What are the trails in the areas?
Mhm.
Or we just have them listed, the names. These are the trails. And if you need more information, this is where you find it. And we printed out a half dozen
Yeah.
of the most used, what we believe to be the most.
Yeah, and if we could give something in the black and white that I think takes with them, that'd be huge, even if it's for 3 of them.
Well, thinking about that and, all trails, open street map,
Yeah.
just even if, 8.5 by 11,
Yeah,
you say, and here's where you go.
They could take it, put it in their pocket and.
Right, and then get on your phone and this will get you to those trails.
You have a logo on it, Linda?
We will, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a roadmap basically to how you find trails in Hopkinton.
So I was kind of envisioning it's the Betty Strong Room, a bunch of easels
Yeah,
and tables, so like stations. One of them could be online map info, and just the.
Show people how to
codes
download
for-
the app and.
Yeah, QR codes for them. And then with the trails, in addition to the map, maybe photos from those trails, so. Come on,
What's the Betty Strong room?
the big one, the big old.
In the library?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah. The church room.
yeah, the old church. I don't know if we want to have something about what's new, like tell people about some of the things we've done new. The parking area that's new,
Barry
the
Acres.
signs, Berry Acres.
You see the theme, Scott?
I'm seeing a thing. Plug. I like it.
How far is this from your house?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Barry Acres connects to everybody's house.
Yeah. But when your for sale sign goes up after Berry Acres for Steam, then we'll know.
I mean,
Have you thought about changing the logo to Hopkinton, the home of the Berry Acres trails and stuff?
Exactly.
In front of there, welcome to Hopkinton.
Chuck and Sean Berry Acres.
Yeah, exactly.
Post Chuck and John.
That's what he wants. He wants a statue.
Okay, having that inventory on hand, your guys' inventory that you did, I think some people might be interested to see it.
You mean like a list, not the detail?
Yeah,
Which? the
like a
format?
list.
Yeah.
Not the detail. Sort of, I don't know.
I think,
The priority.
all the trails.
Of
That's the first
of
bag,
the
but
trails.
more limited, right? The trails.
The trail system list.
Yeah, that should be on the map though, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it just gives people a different way to look at it, but you don't have to. It was a thought, don't have to.
It's impressive the number of trails.
It is.
Trying to say, whoa, we get a lot of trails.
I mean, you had,
Seeing them in a list is kind of cool, you know?
you didn't have a landmark, but you had like, what do you have, I looked at it in a while, you had like a street or you had some access point or
Yeah,
some reference point that would have, people would resonate with people. Right.
The other thing I like about it is if people say like, oh, what does the Trails Committee do? Well, look, one thing we did a lot this year was we worked on this inventory and looked at all these trails we have to maintain. I thought we might have one table with something about kids' activities for kids on trails. We have scavenger hunt bingo cards. If anybody can think of anything else we could have there, that might be good. Just tell people some things they can do. I would like to have something about volunteering, how you can volunteer with the Trails Club or sign up to volunteer with these ad hoc groups that go out. Well, of course, the Trails Club and their guide and walks. We
Right.
can invite HALT, OSPC or Scouts if we want to. What did I say, HALT? I mean, HALT, OSPC, Scouts. I don't know if we want to do that. I don't know if they want to come. Up to us.
I think, letting them know what's going on,
Okay, but they could come if they wanted to and have a little,
have a,
it's up to us. I'm throwing these ideas out there. People can say yay, nay.
It's common, I can represent Paul, but I imagine some other Paul people might come.
yeah, I think,
I mean, Chuck's likely
Mhm.
come.
But you would want to set up a table, maybe have a hall brochure or,
I mean, Halt is essentially the sort of private group doing trail areas in Hopkinton.
so definitely have Paul come.
I think so.
Certainly put that invite out, yeah.
OSPC,
How would we feel if they had something they invite us?
something like OSPC, should we?
Not so much to have
Okay,
a table, but certainly invite,
well, they'll know about it and, yeah,
but invite
okay.
specifically, I think that's
we
valuable.
just tell Steve to come.
Steve will come, whether he's coming Halt.
But I mean,
I don't think Scouts then either. I mean, we can invite them, but Scouts really, it's not appropriate there. Okay, so,
And then Ken has the Dead Sea Scrolls or something like that.
I don't actually understand those words exactly.
you have some project you want to do about identifying dead trees.
No, it's not dead, but it's a
Oh.
particular one. I'm mostly interested in living trees.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said at the Trails Club last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said Carrie, when she's working on finding dead trees, it's now you want to do that at the.
I have a tip for you.
she's more interested in.
Maybe walk around in July.
What she does.
Find them all.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no leaves on that tree. She wants to know which trees are dangerous and need, work to protect the town from.
You mean endangered?
Oh, you mean like the one coming into Woodville that just fell and blocked the road that's been sitting there dead for the last 3 years?
Okay, so
Not my.
what is it
science.
you wanted to do then? Because at Trails Club, I thought that's what you said. So
I am working on tree survey work, but if you want to, if I'm going to do something, I'd want to talk about the tree survey work. So I've got two people I'm working with. I hope one's a Girl Scout who's got a project and she's well underway. She's going to be doing barcoding of trees on part of the Fruit Street property. I'm not even sure which property, but she's got a list of trees and we're figuring out how to come up with the labeling system. But we think we're going to have 2D barcodes that you can reference and then backup information. As soon as I get my computer to work, I can maybe figure out how we're proceeding. And I'm also going to I'm trying to figure out how to tabulate how many trees are present in each property. Some of that will involve labeling, some of it will just involve, basically report work that can be mapped to the trail system, right?
Okay, so if you want to come up with, something like that, have a table or an easel.
So I think make it broader than that. We've got, obviously Scout projects. Eagle Scout projects, thinking of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
There's also the high school has projects, and it sounds like you've got these kids working. But so if you would do something, have a table talking about, projects for kids to do, and it could be even science fair type stuff.
Yeah, I've always wanted to get a science fair project, and I try to get ahead of that. But
Here's the thing I want to say is this is an intro to trails. It says projects fit that in how?
Volunteering.
Well, it fits because a lot of the trail, especially the high school senior projects,
yeah,
that's a one-off for those kids. So an intro, it's like, hey, here's something you can do when they're,
true.
they're like roaming around.
That
So
would be bucketed under volunteering.
it's sort of under
Okay, so
volunteer.
if we have a project slash, a volunteer projects, then we can combine all that stuff in it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So yeah, they're volunteering. Some of it falls into our area, but I think broader, it'd be nice if, some of the more focused scientific stuff that Ken's looking at, give the kids the option of that too. It's different, but it's an intro to, the woods is a place where you can do an infinite number of different studies.
Yeah.
Like, one of the ones I've always wanted to do is where are the holly bushes?
Yeah.
No, they come out, you have to find the density.
that sort of thing is the kind of thing I am.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I think there's kids who might be interested in that, and this intro to trails and intro to the woods really.
So Linda, as these guys are talking, wheels are turning. What if we talk to the library, and I'd be happy to take this on if you guys think it's a decent idea, where we actually have a collection of educational library books that describe, the plant life and all things that safe hiking, could be kids' books, it could be teens, like just a really almost like a library station of all things related to trails.
So they
I don't know.
have a section.
Flora and fauna section.
What?
Flora and fauna.
They
Is
do,
that what they call it?
they do already have a Hopkinton Trail section in the library.
Yeah.
Then let's move
So we, and what we could-
it. Outside, John.
It's in the basement.
Yeah.
I had.
we could pull- no, I think we could have the library table, we could pull some of those
I
books.
mean, the library beside.
We could also pull in the bike they have there, and the backpack.
Yeah, if we have the space, I just think it's all about 101. Let's make it more rounded out and educate them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, so that's sort
Yeah, I
of
mean,
a
if-
scientific piece versus
Oh,
just
it's already done.
go out and shovel. Yeah, exactly.
so it's also good if we have a little trail gear out, like some boots, if somebody wants to bring some snowshoes or crampons, maybe a vest, things like that, just decorates the room a little bit with appropriate stuff.
Splints,
Mud.
Bear spray. And then we'll have a big sign, walk with us today at noon to the center school trails.
Yep.
Any other thoughts on what we should or shouldn't do? Is there anything on here we shouldn't do? Like, that's just not good.
So what are the hours? I thought it was.
It's 10 to 12 and it's dropped in. And then the
Yeah.
walk is at noon.
Okay.
And we have 9:30 to set up, 12 to, next month, we have to get people really signed up to take on these things. This month, we're just sort of deciding what they are.
Should we do anything about pets?
Oh, that's a
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
pets on trails.
Like when Amanda takes you out.
Should we just say dogs? Because really, that's what it is, right?
Andy can bring all the ticks that he's gathered. It's perfect.
Okay,
Sorry, it's getting a little.
no, that's great, okay.
God, I mean, you guys are getting old, 8:30.
Like it's 10 o'clock at night.
If
You're right.
you have anything else, let me know. Otherwise, next week, I'm gonna come back with sort of sign up for what you're gonna do, what station you're gonna man, and what materials you're gonna create or like that.
So
Okay,
hold on, what were you thinking in terms of pets / I assume
I'm not
dogs?
sure. I'm not sure, because I don't want anybody to be kind of like pontificating as to what you should and should not do by your dogs.
Right.
Like, one of the big things that we noticed this winter because of all the snow is nobody cleaned up after their dogs.
nobody, but
There was a lot.
Oh, nobody. Yes, I was exaggerating, Linda. I cleaned up after my dog.
right. So see, thanks.
Right, but, maybe it's sort of trail responsibility and
Etiquette.
just in a general,
But you don't want to be big brother out there either. on
You know, we could just have a table on trail etiquette, not just dogs, and dogs be part of it.
Yeah.
Give dog bags, that's always a good,
What?
the dog eat bags.
having,
Yeah.
having an etiquette table sounds like you're pontificating a little bit.
Yeah,
I think you want to stay away from
I
that.
don't want to do that. That's why I was like
Yeah.
hesitant. I'm like, because the other thing, you know, that's problematic is on a leash. And I know that gets
Yeah, sure,
contentious
it
too.
does.
And it's just like, all right, so I was thinking, is there another angle that we could approach this from?
Mhm.
Like, I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, do we have these now, these poop stations, right?
That's, yeah.
Right? That's a big plus, you know what I mean? If I know that I can go to a place where there's a poop station, I don't want to bring it in the car with me.
Yeah.
You know?
And just letting people know you take the bag home, to the poop station or home, you don't leave it on the side of the trail, because some
Right.
people think they're compostable.
Right, flipping it off and.
And educating people as to what the harm is from the poop, because.
Well, maybe that would be the angle is explaining the why.
Education, yeah,
Not, don't do this. This is
Right.
why you should.
yeah, and is there a way to get at that without?
And it's hurt for us to post the law that says dogs are allowed off leash during these hours and not those hours. We don't have to preach about it, just say it happens to be the law.
I don't
You
know.
can follow it or not.
It still is, the dogs are,
I think it's 7 to 7.
Yeah,
that's still legal for
Yeah.
the off leash. I
right,
don't think we ought to publicize that.
Well, it's the law.
It's fine, but why do we want to encourage people to let their dogs loose at night?
Well,
No.
I think it's the opposite. We would rather encourage people to leash.
During daylight.
Mhm.
That's the point.
oh, I mean, I think the general message of being respectful of
Yeah.
others on trail.
Well, if there's
I think that's okay.
If there's a
Without having a full without having a full table on, because I think that gets pontificating, but just sort of as you come in, there's some intro that sort of says, hey, this is, maybe at each station, there's, remember, be, you know,
Well, there's a way to,
there's a way to do it. But I think the point is have it each station, so the message is broad, but it's not, we're not looking at you person or the dog owners or, you know.
yes, you certainly don't want anybody to feel like they're being attacked.
Right.
And it's just
Right.
so how do we get the message across? That's what came to my mind. Literally.
All right, well, we could try to do something.
Or maybe like, how do you enjoy the trail with your pets?
Or children.
Pets, children.
Well,
Yeah, you know something about that.
If you start installing diaper stations, I think you get a lot more traction.
There you go.
all right, are we good here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Alrighty, accounting and budget. So got kind of a sequence here. On the stormwater, so Beals and Thomas, who did the notice of intent main plan, for previous work on stormwater, the state and, you know, basically we haven't really done much. The state does require you to have a whole stormwater plan put in place. It's a little silly. You're not required to have it if you're putting in a 4-lot subdivision. But you are required to have it for a trail.
Yeah. Are you kidding?
No, that's the way the
And
regs
just to
work.
back up, so we're talking about the shared use path from Chamberlain to
Yes.
the road. Okay.
Right, so in order to do that, they requested an additional $750 to put that report together. I wrote it,
I'm sorry, and who requested it?
Beals and Thomas,
Okay.
our consultants on that, so.
Because it's a requirement to the common law.
Right.
Yep.
I took first pass at it, Chuck at it, and then we were able to arm twist their engineer to sign off on it.
But what's it got to do with it? I mean, we're building bridges.
Well, it's a state requirement, says you need a stormwater report, get a report, Chuck and Peter put it together.
So I'm looking for a motion to allow them to spend up to $750 more
Ken,
on the stormwater management plan as part of that notice of intent application.
So moves.
Say
Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
it.
Seems like
Any opposed, abstentions? No, unanimous consent carries. All right, along the same lines as an estimate. So what I sent out to you today was the estimate that I received from Hinkle Construction Company, sort of for knowledge is that that's also my neighbor. And he does all the construction in our area. He's relatively less expensive than other folks around. And he has experience on bridges because he did all the bridges behind Center School. And so I got an estimate from him for the bridge, again, on that same project. So Loop Road to Chamberlain Trail for the big bridge there. It's a bridge that engineer that Chuck knows put the plans together. It's a fairly elaborate bridge. Carlos was like, what the heck is this thing for? But it's sort of what's the level that's required. So total of $17,000 for that. The labor part, which is the service piece, has to be under $10,000, and that's $9,634.
Is that the bid level you said?
That's his estimate for the work, yeah.
Threshold. No, it is, has to be under that amount.
Under
Otherwise, you
10,000,
have to go out.
it's, yeah, with state procurement laws, you have to go outside and get 3 bids and so into that whole thing.
On labor.
Only labor.
So the total is 17 and million something is the labor portion.
Yeah, and you know, it's 6,600 was materials. That was an estimate that he did back in August, so that number may go up or down. Doesn't really matter. The labor's set. Equipment, he had 725 in there. I'm not sure he's gonna need all that, you know, it's things like compactor, but you put stone down, it's pretty good. You probably don't need to compact it, and we do have a hand compactor, which may be sufficient.
So is this for the SUP and the bridge or just the bridge?
So this is just the bridge piece, the 17th. Yeah,
Compactors needed for the bridge.
it's for the, yeah, because you have the
footings.
stone, the footings. Yeah. I think he had,
And this is out of CPA funds or this is out of our budget?
it's out of CPA funds. Yeah. There's CPA meeting, just FYI, there's a CPA meeting, there's CPC meeting, committee meeting tomorrow night to go through all these items. I sent them a quarterly update on kind of what we've done, where we are.
So they would also have to vote, or is it
No,
already?
we vote on it and then they sign off on it, but they've signed off on the funds.
Yeah, okay, because I was trying to remember what the amount was initially. Was it
It's about 120
120 total?
that we have at this point. Yeah.
And is there anything else besides this 17,000,
Well, I get.
Right.
Well, the whole bid,
but right now?
not right now.
Okay,
no.
so that's just the rate. Okay,
And so what I'm looking for is a motion to set up a contract with Henkel Construction for less than $10,000 for the labor to construct that bridge.
So moved.
Second. Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, unanimous, and so carries. Okay, moving on to actual invoices. The first one up is from Beals and Thomas for $742.50 for stormwater work.
That's what you're just talking about.
Correct.
Okay.
We just voted $750. They sent the invoice and I said, well, we could wait to the next meeting. I'm like, you know what? As long as we do it in order,
how much is
get
it?
it done, $742.50.
Okay.
But this actually corresponds to the document somewhere, right?
Yeah, ultimately, yeah. It covers the stormwater report that was done. We did the stormwater report and then the asking us to pay for the stormwater report came afterwards. Not the ideal approach, but we were
But
under the gun getting it done.
in the end, that document gets posted on the town website.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, it is there.
Okay, so you're looking for a motion to, or do you have multiple ones and we do them all at once?
Yes. I think it should be that.
Okay, so there's that one. And then the other two are for Peter Lagoy.
Who's he?
One is for this, to the tune of $31.95. That's for a U-Haul rental. And that's coming out of our budget. The other is to this same Lagoy character for $249.14 And that's for various and sundry notices for the notice of intent filing for said Chamberlain, the Loop Road Bridge.
Is that what the U-Haul was for too?
No, that's not who would.
Oh, okay.
Right, so that's coming out of our budget. The 249 is coming out of the same budget, yeah, CPA funds. Yes. So, and I do not know what the total is. It's
Okay, and it was CPA funds, the, okay, it was CPA funds for the 742, right?
correct. Both of those are CPA funds from the Chamberlain to Loop Road.
Okay, that's,
And that's what's written on the,
1,023.59.
for the total.
Yes.
yes. So looking for a motion for 1,023.59.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, no, unanimous, and so carries. Okay, and yeah, please sign said paperwork, this.
I had a couple more quick things.
That's the one.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I have mine more agenda items, but I had a couple things, but
I was just gonna say Friends of Whitehall meeting, their annual meeting is on April 1st at the sanctuary in Woodville. We're gonna have somebody come talk about. This was kind of cool, I thought, wildlife mascots, like they have some group is coming, they use an owl as their mascot for their group. They just talked about the value of having a wildlife mascot for an organization. So they're having someone talk about that. The lake cleanup for Lake Whitehall is April 25th.
Sean, no comment?
I think it's cool. Not like, I mean, we could have goats, you know. The lake cleanup is April 25th for Lake Whitehall. So the Trails Club is doing Family Day in September. We could do Family Day, or we could do Polyarts, or we could do neither. And what do means is have a table there. Polyarts lets the town organization set up a table or booth. And you talk to people who come by and tell them about the trails. Same thing at Family Day, where there'd be more kids and families. Are we interested? Polyarts application is due soon. That's why I'm asking. Are we interested in
The Trails Club's already set for the trails for Polyarch, right?
Trails Club is?
Yeah, Trails Club.
No, not Polyarts, Family Day.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
right.
Family Day.
They're asking
Family Day is a good one. I would like to do that,
to which?
Family Day.
Family Day?
And then I think it's a great opportunity to even give a little bit of swag with our new logo.
So the club is already there. I just wonder if we should sort of do Polyarts instead, so we're hitting up
That's
to them.
kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, we will have stuff set up from Family Day or from our Intro to Trails Day. And I know, if nothing else, just have a table and that stuff there and one of us or.
So who are I actually sadly have never gone to Polyarts, but I know it's a big deal. So who are the typical people that go there?
So-
Like Apple Crisp. Like Apple Crisp.
So I've worked at Polyarts at booths. I worked at Polyarts at booths for like 4 or 5 years, and it's people from all the local towns, people from our towns. I'd say half Hopkinton, and you get everybody. You get everything from people with kids to seniors.
Yeah,
It's crafts, right? It's a lot of local crafts.
But it's also, you know, food items.
No, I'm asking, I'm not,
Yep.
But it's predominantly.
not judging, I'm just trying to understand, yeah.
It was predominantly crafts. So the artists.
Pretty trust, but they have a whole community section. And
Which has
that's where we would be,
influence.
yeah. Like Halt goes every year, the Scouts are there. The Green Committee was there, Open Space might be there, like.
Yeah, we set up next to Halt and.
And it's on the common, right?
Something.
Yeah, maybe I have go.
Okay.
So do we want, should we apply to, it's free, it doesn't cost us anything.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, do we need to vote or is it just, cool?
So.
Okay. And I just also mentioned we should, Peter, we still have an open seat on the
Right.
committee. Does anybody have any candidates they can think of? Jackson's dad, what's his name? He applied last time. Do you think he might be interested? You know who I mean,
James,
James.
yes. It'd be worth reaching out.
Do you have his contact info? Cause I probably do. I don't know.
But certainly we could go through John. I mean, that's another thing, to just go through Trails Club.
Mhm.
Have them put it on, there's an opening in Trails Committee if
Great
you're
idea.
interested in getting.
That's a good
Well, I mean, if we're putting anything out in the independent, we could put a little snippet in the, whatever we put out there.
I'll get lost though.
Could get lost, but it can't hurt. One sentence. So can I chime in a couple things?
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you. So, yeah, okay, good. So next meeting, I'll put in the agenda, the master plan. So I got feedback from Linda, David, and Andy, but I'd like to get more feedback from folks. So I appreciate that. And then we can put in the agenda. You guys need me to give you a reminder by email? Okay.
I went through it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Oh, okay. But anyways, so I'd like to go through it and really allocate a little bit of time at the meeting to grind through it if we could. And hopefully bring it to a point. It's a living document for input. And then the other thing is the water troughs. I've been in contact with Elaine and we haven't yet determined whether the troughs can be separated, so that's gonna happen probably in the next week or so. Determine if they can be separated or they're one. One is gonna be really brutal to try to move and place. If they can be separated, the one with the date stamp and maybe the other one, I think someone said maybe it's buried in the ground, might have a date stamp. The one with the date stamp is gonna be by Hopkins Gas in the corner, and I'm waiting for a schedule of the corridor, building and construction, make sure timing and location is gonna be prime for that. And then the other half of it, we had talked about putting it at Hughes or somewhere else. So if it's a topic for now, you guys can weigh in or we can put it on the next agenda because nothing's gonna happen in the next month. The water troughs behind the fire station, corner CVS. Maybe it was a meeting you were at, but yes, there are two water troughs, going back to the early 1900s. And we want to relocate them to points that they could be seen and appreciated. And I've talked to the garden club and things like that. The one by Hopkins Gas, hopefully the garden club will maintain and make it as a planter. They're big, round, like primitive looking bowls. And so one of them would go by Hopkins Gas, the corner of Grove. And the other one, we're talking about maybe at Hughes or somewhere else. So
Does,
the other one, I don't know if it has a date on.
does Halt need to approve Hughes and have you?
If it did, I would talk to them. Yeah, so, but we had kicked it around about being somewhere on a trail. And then I was gonna talk to McIntyre for Splittable then at the same time. There's some granted they would move or whatever. We kind of do 3 or 4 different things at the same time, so. But we're probably looking at, May timeframe anyways. So, we could go to the next meeting.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put it on.
Just let me know what your thoughts are in terms of we'll call it the other half.
And you said they were behind the fire station?
Yeah, corner of the parking lot, arguably, maybe even on CVS property, hard to tell, but
No, this is the first time here. So
Yeah.
that's another meeting I was not at.
So somebody just found them, but
no, they've been known to be there. They were sitting, I think, behind the police station, so I don't know. They've moved around a couple
it's just
times.
been sort of hiding.
Yeah, they're kind of popped there now and sitting in a sort of a hard to tell whose
Are we
property.
looking to get rid of them or are we?
No, they aren't, but I'm on the historical commission, so it's one of my pet projects. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a nice planter
Yeah.
with a historical date at the corner. So,
Clear.
cool. That's it.
Okay. Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Bye.
Okay, thanks. We're good.
I'll send you respite center tomorrow.
Okay.
Co-pilot minutes.
What is it? What are you gonna do?
I did 3 proposals today for all 3 parking lots, like last bit. Without that, we should budget, yeah, so like that.
I'll reach out and give you some dates.
So we're now
Yeah,
looking
maybe
at
a little broader.
transparent.
I'm just not that whole day.
Yeah.
For their.
Yeah, the one just exactly, trying to like advance, just trying to get advanced notice.
Yeah, you don't have.
And I'm sitting co-pilot minutes.
Yeah, I know. I love Copilot, and I work at Steve Street and they have, they put, gosh, what's the,
Nursery room.
what's, Lodge
Below grade.
Yeah.
So the, basically can, the AI company,
Oh, yeah.
it begins with an A, so anyways, so they put that behind the skin, Copilot.
Yeah.
Approval.
Excellent.
I actually think, you know, Lex was scared.
It's just, I mean, it's just as fast, but literally,
Yeah, I wasn't
the
trying to
web
back
and
with it.
all your documents and all in OneDrive and everything. In a matter of 60 seconds, you say, I have a meeting coming up with this person.
All that.
Prepare an agenda and supporting materials, and 60 seconds later, it'll have every single thing you need to do. And it's not like noise. Like ChatGPT throws out noise, and I know sometimes it's not so bad.
Yeah.
See,
There was a time, I used to send other things in there, but.
I'm a fan. I go in every morning, because I get sometimes 100 emails overnight, say, like, our international, it's stuff crazy. So, I'll say, what do I need to know? What happened? And it will literally say, you better pay attention to this. And it studies.
Assistant Carl,
It's like, well, I just need to put it, use it all